Everybody, Sam Kavaris in the Nimnicht Chevrolet Sports Update. Obviously, the Jaguars are better than 2 weeks into camp, and we've learned a few things. That this is a very together team. They've figured out how to be a team, and that's a testament, obviously, to Gus Bradley and also to Dave Caldwell and how they've interviewed guys and brought in the same kind of player. As many questions as there are answers, I will say that, as they still have a lot of questions on the offensive line. They've got to figure out what they're going to do on the right side. For now, Mike Brewster is the center, and that's despite some of the errors that happened in the game on Friday night against Tampa Bay. Chad Henne is the starter, although Blake Bortles looked impressive. Remember, he went up against a four-man rush, and it was the second team versus the second team. Pretty basic coverages. And while Gus Bradley tried to kind of lower the expectations for Bortles, you've got to remember this guy is such a different kind of player than what Jaguar fans are used to seeing at quarterback. He's the anti-Blaine Gabbert. He is sturdy. He is tough. He is willing to take a hit. He steps into the pocket and throws. I mean, Mark Brunell said on the broadcast, you might have heard, I like the way he sticks his foot in the ground and steps up there and throws it. He also is very well liked by his teammates, something that Gabbert never was able to acquire. So I think all of those things lead to everybody thinking, well, when is he going to start? Not anytime soon is the answer. Henne will play the entire first half against the Bears, and then Bortles will play most of, if not all of, the second half as well. This next week after the Bears game is very important, a couple of days off, and then they get into that setup before the Detroit game, and guys are now kind of falling away and separating themselves because with 90 players on the roster, they have got to get it down to 53, and that'll happen right after the third game against Detroit. There are still some questions, obviously, but the storylines have been at quarterback, which is very well documented, and also at the money that they've spent in free agency, which particularly went to the defensive line, and that's where they really showed massive improvement. Now, Tampa Bay's line was in a shambles, but at the same time, the Jaguars took advantage of that, and they won those battles, and you got to win those before you take the next step. As Gus Bradley said after the game, we haven't won anything. We're making improvement, and we don't have it yet, because those are the three most dangerous words. I got it, and I can tell you, walking into that locker room, that is the kind of sentiment that prevails. We're just working to get better every day. We'll see if they can do that against the Bears on Thursday night. How about Rory McIlroy? Unbelievable. Just great stuff as we finish up the majors of the year. Looking forward to the Ryder Cup. I'm Sam Kavaris, and that's the Nimnicht Chevrolet Sports Update.